So it's like you have to control your emotions. So that's like a very British thing. Like, yeah, the movie is like almost like it's a lesson on how to be British, basically. So
Exactly. I
Yeah,
thoroughly
yeah,
agree. I
yeah,
thoroughly
yeah.
agree. Yeah.
So
No boo 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 boo. You forget that.
hello.
Hi, welcome to What the Flux podcast, episode 85. Okay, my name is Susan Ayers.
Patty Smith.
Lon Shima.
Jorge Sanchez
John Halbert.
Oh, okay, so
and Chewy.
and Chewy. Oh yeah, we have Chewy under the table. You
Yes.
can't see her. She's a dog.
But she likes Air Bud. She loved Air Bud.
She loved what?
Airbud.
What's that?
It's a movie.
Oh, wait, everybody the dog.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so our movies this week are Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues, Nobody 2, Stardust, Black Bag, and Enemy. Okay, so we're back this week with John.
So this week's movie is Stardust, which is a fantasy. It takes place in 19th century England in a small village, and it starts out kind of like a lot of fairy tales do. There's this poor boy who's kind of average. He wants to hit on the beautiful girl, and they see a shooting star, and he tells her that he's gonna go get the shooting star. And then there's an evil prince, several evil princes, and an evil witch. But then the shooting star is actually a woman, Claire Danes. And then there's a pirate captain played by Robert De Niro named Captain Shakespeare, who is gay and flies his pirate ship with his crew through the sky, illegally collecting lightning. And Peter O'Toole plays a dying king who throws his gem into the sky, which knocks down the shooting star onto Earth. And then all kinds of crazy things happen. And that's about the best description I think I can make of it. I loved it. I thought the performances were all fantastic. Robert De Niro just goes over the top, and you could tell that he just had a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, De Niro is not normally one to go over the top, but you can tell this time he was just like, I'm going so far, when he's dancing in the night, the dresses. Oh my God. And then Michelle Pfeiffer playing the evil witch. And I loved that she starts out as, Michelle Pfeiffer. She looks gorgeous. And then by the end, she looks horrible because she looks like this decrepit old witch. But you still are so fascinated by her. She's still just so good.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, even as this just, old wrinkled witch, she's still so fascinating to watch.
So Michelle.
She's
so
still
her.
oh my God, I can't stop watching her. Really complicated, but also easy to follow. And, and I just loved everything about it. I think it was just a lot of fun to watch. And you don't see where it's going. You don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know who, it's going to turn out. But you don't know how.
Because it's a fairy story.
It's a fairy tale. It's a fairy tale.
Exactly.
Of course he's gonna get the girl. But I loved it all of it.
Then you have to see Butcher's Wife. You'll love
Okay,
it.
let's see. I'll put them on the
The
list.
what?
Butcher's Wife.
Oh, The Butcher's Wife. Oh, yeah, that was interesting. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not usually my genre, romantic fantasy adventure.
Yeah. Pooh.
But I really enjoyed this film. It is star-studded. Actually, I thought that Michelle Pfeiffer and Robert De Niro had the most fun roles. They must have really enjoyed playing those roles, I would think, because she's kind of the wicked evil witch. You get tired of playing that ingenue.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying that's 2 witches from Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Was it the witches from this week? Was she a witch?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, she was great. But it kind of reminded me of like in the genre of Princess Bride.
Yeah.
It was kind of a fairy tale for grown-ups. I like that. Michelle Pfeiffer, Claire Danes was stunning in this. She was so
She
beautiful.
always plays that part good.
Oh, she was just beautiful in that. Robert De Niro, Ricky Gervais, right? And Charlie Cox, of course. I never heard of this film. But one of the things I like about doing this podcast is people come up with films I've never heard of.
Me too.
And
Yeah.
and even though even if I would have saw that and I would have saw romantic comedy, right? Please,
We know life.
but I would have, and I watched it and I loved it, and I thought it would be great because it's a perfect family movie. Adults will totally enjoy it. Children would also enjoy it. It's just like wholesome in a not in a sappy way.
Right.
Maybe witches too with what's her
witches.
So I
name?
was just thinking that too.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Angelique.
Yeah. So what else? Yeah, I think everybody would like this movie. I really think you should see it. I think this could be a classic. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like a classic fairy story. It's as good as any Hans Christian Andersen or anything like that. I don't know who wrote it. Do you know who wrote it?
It's based on a book by Neil Gaiman,
It's
master of science fiction and fantasy.
Really?
Yes. Oh, he's one of the
because
all-time greats.
That was like
He
that's
co-created Gods and Omens, The Sandman. He's written some books. Coraline.
Yeah.
He's got American Gods. He's got some serious stuff on there.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
the-
he's
Is
one
Is
of
it
the.
American horror?
No,
No, American
No.
God.
Gothic. Oh.
This is very different from the book.
Ah.
This is one of those cases where the movie is much better than the book. 'Cause I bought the book because I
Really?
love
Oh,
the movie.
really? Oh, interesting.
So much better than the book.
Okay.
Wow.
It's
You never
so-
hear that. You usually hear the book's always better.
Well, sometimes
It is.
it's most times
Right.
because you can put more in a book than you can
Right.
like thought.
Exactly.
And your
You put thought in a
imagination
book.
takes you better
Mhm.
places.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's
loved it.
weird. I was sick when I watched this, so
Oh, no.
I don't know how I could rate it because I found it was very much like Princess Bride. You're right. I have no idea why, but I found it very
It was
hard
about
to
true love.
follow because I was so sick. So I don't know if my opinion of it is really verified because I was so sick. I was like, come on, let's go. And not that I wanted an action film, I didn't, but it was just
No
the mo-
blood.
No,
A
I
little
like
bit of
slow
action.
moving.
A little bit of action. Not a lot, but a
Not a
little bit
lot,
of action.
but I was into that, moving along. But I was like that with most of these movies because I saw them when I was sick. So
Oh,
I will probably watch it again just to get a real.
Yeah, she was really sick.
oh.
Blood.
Oh,
Okay, Lon.
okay. I actually saw this movie at the theaters when it first came out.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I was working for that movie marketing company at one point, and this one young girl, she was a 20-something, I think, at the time, and here I am in my 50s. She mentioned about Neil Gaiman. She said, "Oh, she's so excited because she loves his work." I didn't know who he was. She told me he was like a graphic novelist, right? Was this a graphic novel or?
No, it's a straight
It's
novel.
a straight novel.
Straight
That's
novel,
what I
yeah.
thought because I then knew his work when he started working with Terry Pratchett. That's when it became more. But his type, I found it odd because I disagree with you about Michelle Pfeiffer because you do see her old at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because that's the fun part is they take sort of legends and they keep working around it. So the first part of the story is basically how one of the characters is born.
Right.
The Tristan character, which even that little story, the opening, I thought, okay, this is starting out promising because there's two different worlds, and they're separated by a wall. And what I thought was funny, what's his name? David.
Like the keeper of the wall.
Right. What is his name? David Kelly. If you know him, he was like in, Waking the Divine. this frail old looking guy who's protecting the wall, and you think, what? And then, Tristan's father happens to sneak past him and gets into this world that they're supposed to stay away from. Like everything's supposed to be separated out. So, like I said, he meets somebody, basically has sex with this woman, and then 9 months later, Tristan appears on the doorstep with the note saying his name's Tristan. He cannot stay with me, so you have to take care of him. So when you see Tristan, he has a past, right?
Nice.
He was conceived in the fantasy world, and that's when he sort of finds out he has a mother. That's when the father finally says, "Well, your mother lived in that." So he now wants to go, and then, like I said, he's spurred on by the falling star part about to how to try and impress this
Right.
girl he really loves, right? So once you get to that part, it's like, okay, I'm intrigued. But then once he gets to the wall, that's when it's like, okay, now I'm getting a little, like you were saying, overwhelmed by stuff.
Right.
That's when I was feeling like, okay, they need to tighten something up.
Right.
Because I love the part with the witches part.
Yeah.
When you see the 3 old hags and they found out that a star has fallen onto the thing. They're just the way they get all giddy and the cackling and all that. And they know they can recapture the youth with a star. So that's the crux of their mission. The young boy wants to find it, of course, to impress his girl. And then you think, she apparently is with this jewel that you were talking about the ruby that one of the sons has to obtain to become king of the kingdom which Tristan comes from.
Of the
right?
realm, I think is. Was it
See,
the
that's
King
what
of the Realm?
I couldn't even remember what the kingdoms were called. Stormhold, I think,
Stormhold,
was
yeah.
the quote unquote the reality place where Tristan and all the humans live. So,
Stormhold is the magical kingdom.
is the magical what
Stormhold is
beyond the wall?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wall
okay.
is the village. It's called Wall because it has a wall.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it
So
is a wall.
Stormhold is in the
Yeah.
magical kingdom. So
Yeah.
Peter O'Toole was king. He was king of the magical kingdom.
Yes.
Right.
He was king of Stormhold.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
see, that's what I wasn't understanding. Because I
Oh,
thought he
yeah.
came from like the reality part. But one of the more fascinating things for me in this movie was, again, he has, I'm assuming, 7 sons and 1 daughter. Peter O'Toole's character.
Yeah.
Don't
So-
they always?
But no, I just love the fact that they named them with the like almost. I'm assuming it's
Like the
Latin,
old brand.
Sextus
Yeah.
and Septimus
Right.
and
The
Quartus.
numbers.
But like all his sons are played by these character actors that you'll recognize that
Absolutely.
or very famous like a British TV actors, right?
Mhm.
I mean, every single one. So I thought that intrigued me. But I also like Mark Strong. I think he's such a good actor.
He's good.
And
He is.
In fact, I was
Right.
telling her about that.
He's
he
yeah.
great.
plays the main kind of son who to the end. He's the one who basically eliminates his competition and then wants the ruby.
He's Septimus.
Right. So there were so many good things going for it, but to me,
Right.
it's like I just was bogged down by certain things, and I was one of the people who did not like Claire Danes this movie.
Oh.
She left me very cold in this movie. In fact, I claim that she and what is his name?
Tristan.
Yes, Charlie Cox.
Yes.
They had no chemistry, so that left
Really?
me really flat in this for me watching this movie. Yes. That's why I was sort of like because the romance is really a major part of the story.
That's right.
And like I said, I think it's also the most predictable part because, like you said, it's a fairy tale. But it's like I like the actions of Tristan's character because he finds a certain reality of being in the
Right.
fantasy world. He notices, why am I with this other girl kind of thing?
Who is she?
So, it's like, well, your eyes get open once you enter a new world. And see, that's the kind of message I sort of liked from this, that, his father had gone to the forbidden world, came back, and he seems to be worthy, but he never told his son anything about that. So I thought that was sort of odd. Like, we don't talk about that stuff. So
It
once
happens in fairy tales.
Exactly.
Yeah.
and then once it gets to the point of he has to go and quote unquote rescue the star,
Right.
that's when I think, okay, that's when it also kicks back in because that's a lot of fun because again, you see Peter O'Toole's sons as ghosts throughout the entire movie.
Right.
And even when they're living,
They're
once they're
ghosts.
not, then they all appear. And they all appear to like each other, be friendly, like, you look bad.
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing with the ghosts. You know how they died just by looking at them.
That's true.
Yeah, right.
That's so
Not
true.
an accident.
And that's what I mean.
Not
That's
a
the
good
fun
one.
part. That's actually, and that's the kind of humor. I don't know. Is that a Neil Gaiman humor thing?
Yeah, I
Because,
think it is. Yeah.
because I'm like really impressed by the humor he has. Because when I watch The Sandman, I have sort of the same thing because it really works on a psychological level too of how people behave. So it's sort of like I said, it's like I don't get what this movie's supposed to be about. So half the time I'm liking it. In fact, I was telling John earlier that I always want to watch it a second time and see what my reaction would be, years later. But it's like, no. I kept saying no. But since he picked it, it's like, oh, good. Now I have to watch it. So I'm really
Right.
curious. And I think you're right. To me, the highlight was Robert De Niro. I just thought, what an odd character. I love the fact that they have pirates stealing lightning. I mean, that to me was imagination beyond what. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what fantasy is, in my opinion.
It's
You
so
know,
funny.
Like Wizard of Oz.
Robert De
you
Niro
know?
killed it for me
Yeah.
because Robert De Niro should not be in a fantasy movie. He's
Oh,
just,
he was perfect.
Well, but see, that's
Oh.
what made it for me because I felt exactly the same way. It's like, okay, he's playing a pirate. Then it sort of
Right.
turns. And like you said, by the time you see him dancing and prancing around, I'm just laughing at him hysterically, thinking, and of course, but also not to give too much away, that he likes the Tristan and
right.
the Yvain, is that her name?
Yvain, Yvain.
Yvain? Okay. He likes them. You could tell. Like
Yeah.
he takes them in his comments and said, oh, I'm not really a pirate. I'm not really tough. I just have to be that way because that's what they want from
It's
us,
so
right?
funny that blew my mind.
And
that
that's
he
the
was
kind
in
of
it.
thing that I think that really works in a funny, weird way. But
I-
I guess once Robert De Niro's character sort of pops in, that's when I think the movie and the adventure part, for me,
Kick
the
in?
actual adventure part, because then it gets really, like you said, complicated with,
Yeah.
okay, having the magical part, having wearing a certain flower, meeting certain people,
Right.
being tethered to someone, all
Right.
that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, I'm not there, but then, like I said, towards the end of the movie, that's when I did enjoy the last. And even as corny as the ending may be, I just thought, no, that's exactly what I sort of
It
want.
was a corny ending.
Yes,
It
oh,
has
very
to
much
be
so.
That's
corny.
what
But-
Yeah,
fantasy
but
is.
that's what I want. That's
Yeah.
the kind of ending I personally want in that kind of
I know.
movie.
I
Yeah.
bought the ending because the whole movie is so ridiculous. I mean,
Well,
it's just
it
so
works to- it works
ridiculous,
together.
but it works so well.
Mm.
You know, like every part of it is completely ridiculous. You know, like there's
But
an evil,
put together.
but put together, it
It's fine.
just it came together for me.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
what I'm saying. To me, it was
Yeah.
too disjointed. That's why I couldn't find.
Sure.
No, I enjoyed it. Actually, it reminded me of my Princess Bride, even
Yeah.
down to the narration. It's a love story, and these people and Harry Potter because of the magic, and it was just really
Right.
and the ghosts they die and the ghosts are there. They're like the mother is a blue bird. It was very magical. It's like really a combination of a Princess Bride and Harry Potter to me. So and I go and the idea like you said capturing lightning. It's just this mindset with the stuff this guy's coming up with. A falling stars
Yes.
grow and just all these ideas that were coming together. At first, it may seem like overwhelming all these different ideas, but then you like those other movies, but you go, no, okay, it starts to make sense if you
Also,
really go in
the
there.
part that she couldn't go to couldn't take her to the village.
Oh,
because
oh, right, yeah.
She,
Because
she
she
couldn't
turned
go
into-
beyond the wall.
Because she's
Yeah.
a star, she'll turn
Yeah.
into a rock or whatever.
Asteroid.
That's right, yeah. So also what was it going? Oh, and of course, the movie you have Daredevil and Superman together. Wait, that's Henry Cavill
Henry Cavill, yeah.
and Charlie Cox.
Okay, so what do you think?
So hold on.
Oh, sorry, love.
So no, I was gonna say also. There's no, I actually saw this movie in the theater. Susie doesn't remember. I kept telling her we saw this in the theater
I
when
did
it came
not
out.
see this movie in a theater.
saw it
It
in
must
the
have been
theater.
somebody
Yeah.
else. I
Yeah.
did not see
Whatever.
that. I
So,
did not see that movie.
I like the one thing I like about with Robert De Niro too, that like what Susie was mentioning that he's very British. So one thing he's teaching them how to be proper, how to eat, how
Right.
to, how to
Right.
dance, how to behave, and he makes a comment to her because the Claire Danes, whenever she gets really excited, she glows.
'Cause
Right.
She's gonna give her
a star.
when she's happy.
yeah,
when
so
she's
she's gonna
happy.
give herself
yeah.
away. So it's like you have to control your emotions. So that's like a very British thing. Like, yeah, the movie is like almost like it's a lesson on how to be British, basically.
Right.
So that-
Exactly. I
Yeah,
thoroughly
yeah,
agree. I
yeah,
thoroughly
yeah.
agree. Yeah.
So yeah, and what else was I saying? Yeah, so no, I really enjoyed it.
I have to say too that how much Robert De Niro, and believe me, we couldn't be more opposite in real life and our
Right,
things,
right.
right? But as an actor, I find
I will
him
always like his movies.
wonderful. He never lets anything, he just takes that role, whatever that role is. And he never goes, well, I would never do this or I would never do that. And he just is a fantastic actor. He just
I love him as an actor, but it just killed me when he came onto it. It just killed me. I don't know why.
Why?
Because he was not good at what he was doing, and
Well,
it's not
It was
his.
great.
Maybe
Well, it was
because-
very atypical
totally
of what he
believe
used to
that.
do.
Because-
Thank you.
Yeah.
maybe because
Atypical.
you used to have seen in a certain role, and he's so
Exactly.
famous that
Yeah.
you threw you off to seeing him as a different.
I
in a
don't
different
like
role.
famous people in fantasy.
Well, I was going to say
No.
that was
Oh, well.
also Michelle Pfeiffer. You always see her as the beautiful,
Right.
and
and they
she,
still made her beautiful.
yeah, she was, but she wasn't.
I remember
Yeah,
this.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But talking about famous people, the cast in this movie was like you remember Rupert Everett. He was
I know.
Secundus. He's
Right.
But he's
you know,
not a big
Mark Strong-
actor. to me.
Wasn't Ian McKellen
Ian
the
McKellen,
voice?
Yeah,
the
he
voice,
was
yeah.
the narrator
narrator?
voice. Yeah,
And
was
like you
just-
said,
it was
Peter
just like-
O'Toole
yeah.
was the
I
king.
love-
I mean, the
Yeah.
cast it was
Peter
just
O'Toole,
ridiculous.
yeah.
What a cast! It's
Yeah.
worth it just for that. What
What's
a
your
cast.
number, babe?
My number? Oh, I give it an 8.
I give it a 6.
I gave it a 6.
I'll give it an 8 too.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
Ah.
I loved it so much.
For
I
sure.
just,
No, yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I just loved it so much.
I have to
It's
watch it
good.
again because I was in
Yeah.
the throes of fever.
Yeah, so that 6 is iffy. We'll have to get the real number
Right.
after you've.
Okay.
Okay, so that ends it for this week. Subscribe, like us, and
Give comments.
absolutely give comments.
Please give comments.
Or recommendations.
Recommendations. We love
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
So
See you next
I
week.
can't
you
remember the
next
name
week.
of that thing.
Well, Patreon.
Patreon.
Or like I said, buy us a coffee.
Buy us a coffee and patronize us.
Please buy us coffee.
Yes. Okay. So see you next week.
Bye bye.